In this lesson naman, I would like to define money for you. The reason I do this is kasi naniniwala ako na pag naintindihan natin mabuti ang isang bagay, mas namamanage natin siya properly for our advantage. But before I share with you the lesson I prepared, meron sana akong tanong sa inyo. How important is money in your life? Sa buhay mo, gaano siya kaimportante? Can you share with me how important money is in your life? Sa chat box or sa comment section, can you put your rating doon? In a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being extremely important. Pakilagay kung gaano kaimportante ang pera sa buhay mo. Let me share with you what the world is saying about money. I was able to download 4 different posters about money. Ito'y sinasabi ng mundo tungkol sa pera. In the first slide that I saw, sabi dyan, money is a most important thing in the world. On the other hand, meron naman nagsabi na money is not the most important thing in life, but it does affect everything that is important. So, at the end of the day, very, very important siya. On the other hand, there is this person who said, the world is ruled by power, and power is obtained by money. Therefore, money rules the world. I don't know if you've noticed that some people would always say, pera-pera lang yan. Lahat ng bagay, pera-pera lang yan. And because money affects the most important things in our life, people have concluded that money is the cause of all evil. And some people would even say, money is an invention of the world. It is not from the Lord. So merong mga tao who are extremely in love with money and they believe pera ang pinaka-importante sa mundo. On the other hand, may mga tao naman who hates money because nga hindi galing kay God, galing daw sa mundo. So therefore, pag mahilig ka sa pera at sa mga nabibili ng pera, sabi nila, makamundo ka. However, ito ba ang sinasabi rin ng Bible? What does the Bible say about money? Let me share with you verses where you will find the word money para maintindihan natin paano siya ginagamit sa Bible. Let me read Genesis 17 verse 27. Sabi diyan, all the men of his household who were born in the house or bought with money from a foreigner were circumcised with him. And this verse is talking about Abraham and his household. Sabi diyan, si Abraham may mga slave na binili niya using money. So money then in the Bible were used to buy land, buy food, even buy slaves. Then let us look at another verse. Sabi naman ng Genesis 33:19, he bought the piece of land where he had pitched his tent from the hand of the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. During that time, wala silang currencies na may 10 pesos, 100 pesos, 1,000 pesos. During the time, to determine the value of something that they are buying, they count. They count pieces of money which is based on weight. What do I mean? Let me show you what Genesis chapter 23 verse 15 says. It reads, my Lord, listen to me. A piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between me and you? So bury your dead. In this verse, si Abraham was buying a piece of land where he can bury his wife, si Sarah. Namatay na siya. And he wanted this piece of land. And when he was negotiating with the owner gave this amount, 400 shekels of silver. What does that mean? During their time, shekel is an ancient unit of weight. So pag meron silang binibili, wala silang currency, wala silang 1,000 pesos, 10,000 pesos. Sa kanila, they choose a valuable metal. And then they weigh. They weigh based on shekels. Even today, Israel is still using the idea of shekels kasi gusto pa rin nila ma-preserve yung history nila. So paano ginagamit ang pera during their time? Even during the time ng Old Testament, money was used as a medium of exchange. Pangbili ng pagkain, pangbili ng gamit, pangbili ng lupa, a medium of exchange. While we know that in the past they would barter. But even in the Bible, in the time of Abraham, money was already used. Money during their time was also a storage of value. Meaning, pag nag-iipon sila, pera ang ginagamit nila, tinatago nila to store their wealth. And we see this idea in Egypt when Joseph saved Egypt from 7 years of famine. Yung mga Egyptian brought the money that they kept to buy food from Joseph and Pharaoh. Do you know that even today, money is defined as a medium of exchange and a storage of value? Let me show you the definition of money in Investopedia. Sabi dyan, money is used as a medium of exchange between individuals and entities. It's also a store of value and a unit of account that can measure the value of other goods. So, the way money was defined before is still the way money is defined today. Is money evil? Is money part of the ways of the world? Maybe we should consider what Psalm chapter 24 verse 1 says. And it reads, "The earth is the Lord's and all it contains, the world and those who dwell in it." If the earth is the Lord, then our land and our business is part of the world that He created. So therefore, money is part of the system He invented so that we can do business and later build a fruitful future. Paano ba ang tamang paggamit ng pera? You know by now that I'm a person who uses the plant as a model to explain life and business. I discovered the proper way to use money in the ways of the plant. And let me explain to you. A plant's life starts from a seed, and ang goal ng farmer is to make his seed eventually bear fruit. But in order for the seed to eventually become a fruitful tree, kailangan niyang dumaan ng isang proseso where the farmer will grow a healthy tree. The farmer must help the plant grow food from the resources around it. In order to do this, the farmer must help the plant get nutrition from the roots so that it can create carbohydrates as it gets carbon dioxide from the air. And then when it makes carbon dioxide, it will first grow its roots bigger so that it can get more food from the ground to give it to the leaves. When the leaves get the water from the ground, it will take carbon dioxide from the air and make more carbohydrates so that it can fuel the growth of the plant. Carbohydrates is what helps the plant grow. Paano ba namumunga ang isang tanim? To become fruitful, a plant must make more food from the food it has already. Therefore, carbohydrates is what fuels the growth of the plant. Ginagamit niya yung carbohydrates na napoproduce niya para palakihin yung sarili niya. Now, this is true also in life and in business. To become profitable, you must make more money from the money you have earned already. Money in business is like carbohydrates to the plant. It fuels the growth of business. Ulitin ko ha, sa isang tanim, for it to become fruitful, it must make more food from the food it has produced already by making carbohydrates. Sa isang negosyo, kailangan tayo gumawa ng pera sa pera na meron na tayo para maging profitable tayo. Ganyan din ang isang empleyado. Kung gusto mo talagang yumaman, you will take the money that you earn from the company and make more money as you continue to grow in your abilities. So what is money? I realize that money is a tool. It is a tool or a medium of exchange. Ginagamit natin siya para gumawa ng mas maraming pera. In addition, money is a reward. Yan ang ginagamit natin para yumaman. So therefore, it is a storage of value. Today, ang tinuturo sa atin ng mundo, para daw tayo yumaman, sabi nitong slide na to, the key to wealth is to learn how to make money while you sleep. While this is a fair principle, marami na ang taong nadideceive because hindi natin siya naintindihan mabuti. Totoo naman na merong paraan para gumawa ng pera habang natutulog. This idea was also taken from farming. What do I mean? Nagtanim ka ng saging. Sa simula, inasikaso mo yung lupa, bumili ka ng fertilizer, tinanim mo yung seedling, pagkatapos natulog ka. Paggising mo ba the following day, namunga na yung tanim mo? Hindi naman, di ba? After a few days, you need to clean out the weeds. And then later, pag merong sakit, kailangan mong tanggalin yung source ng sakit. And then matutulog ka na naman, lalaki yung saging. And babantayan mo pa rin siya and tutulungan mo siya to grow healthy. Bananas normally bear fruit after 9 months. But ang ibig bang sabihin nun, natulog ka from day 0, gumising ka ng 9 months, tapos namunga na, hindi mo ba naiintindihan na kailangan mong trabahuin tulungan yung tanim mamunga properly? Hindi ka nagtatrabaho araw-araw. Merong panahon pwede kang matulog. Pero let me ask you a question. Supposing natulog ka lang, hindi ka gumising para alagaan siya, what will happen to your bananas? Patay. In the same way, you can also take your money and buy a cow. Kasi ang hope mo later, magkaroon siya ng anak para dumami yung pera mo. Pero pwede ka bang bumili ng baka, tinali mo, bumalik ka after 1 year pag manganganak na yung baka. First of all, paano siya manganganak pag hindi ka kumuha ng lalaki para mag-breed sa kanya? Second, kailangan mo maghanap ng pagkain para lumaki siya. Friends, you need to understand. Ang ibig sabihin ng you grow your money as you sleep, you take a medium to grow your money and then you work to help that medium fulfill its potential. I will buy a seedling of banana. I will take care of the soil where I will plant it. I will put fertilizer. I will watch for pests. I will weed out the weeds. I will take care of it. I may not be working every day, but I need to work to help the banana become fruitful. In the same way, I buy a cow. I need to take care of it. Make sure it has food every day. And then pag nagkasakit, aalagaan. Para magkaroon ng baby, I take a male breeder para mabreedan siya. And then while it is pregnant, I will have to take care of it. Today, maraming tao ang nagde-deceive na sa scam. Kasi akala nila ang ibig sabihin na you let your money grow as you sleep, ibibigay mo sa isang tao, papalakihin niya. So today, doon na-obsess ang mga tao. Naghahanap ng paglalagyan ng pera nila na hindi na nila kailangan magtrabaho tapos yayaman. Kaya tayo naluloko. Yung mga kumuha ng pera sa inyo, yung nagpa-invest sa inyo, sinadya ba niya kayong lokohin? Hindi. Pero when you let someone else take care of your money, there is a possibility na mawala mo. Somebody asked me one time, sabi niya, Sir Dong, if I buy a farm and take good care of it, how long will it take for me to be able to pass it on to my farmer, tas farmer ko na ang mag-aalaga, siya na ang gagawa ng pera sa akin. Sabi ko sa kanya, Ma'am, pag yan ang plano mo, huwag ka na mag-farm. Kasi pag pinasa mo yan sa ibang tao, they will not love your money like you do. Pero ganun ang konsepto ng maraming tao today, di ba? Naghahanap ng negosyo na kumikita on its own. I need you to understand that money on its own cannot grow. It's just a piece of metal or a piece of paper. It has no life of its own. I will explain this more in the future. Ang nagpapalaki ng pera, yung taong nagtatrabaho. And because people fail to understand this, their money dies, nawawala. So let me summarize what I shared with you. Money is a medium of exchange and a storage of value. Napag-usapan naman natin ang sweldo. Paano binabayaran ng empleyado? Alam mo, maraming tao nagsasabi walang yayaman na empleyado. I will show you in the future that maraming yumayaman na empleyado kung tama lang ang pagdala nila sa sweldo na natatanggap nila. So let's define this idea of wage and salary. According to the dictionary I read, wage comes from an Old English word that means compensation for a service rendered. Wage is a pledge. It is based on an agreement or contract between two parties. Kung ang pera ginagamit pambili ng mga bagay, ang sweldo or wage is agreement kung magkano mo babayaran yung serbisyo ng isang tao. But there's another word that's used for wage, and it is the word salary. Do you know salary comes from the Latin word sal, which means salt? It is the currency used to pay Roman soldiers. During the Roman period, salt was very, very expensive. So yun ang ginagamit ng pangbayad sa mga sundalo because they can turn around and sell it for a higher price. So doon ang galing yun. During the time, they pay people with salt. So hanggang ngayon, ginagamit natin yung idea na what is salary today? Salary is compensation for service rendered. It is a reward for your labor. Ano ang pinagkaiba ng salary and ng wage? Both of them are compensation for service rendered. Ang salary is a fixed amount of money paid to an employee on a regular basis, every 15th and 30th, or sometimes on a period agreed by employer and employee. Wage naman, on the other hand, is compensation for service based on the hours work or the service rendered. Parang mga service center, di ba? Ang service center, you go there, ang binigay nila sa iyo yung service na pag-ayos ng, say, appliance mo. So you pay the money not for an object you get, but for a service rendered. Wage and salary are based on a contractual agreement. Kaya nga I always say, walang kulang na sweldo because pinag-usapan ito. Do you know that this is one of the most controversial Facebook posts that I made? When I said walang kulang na sweldo, maraming nagalit. Sabi nila, ang sweldo nila hindi sapat sa gastuhin nila. In fact, meron pa nagsabi, Sir Dong, meron akong 3 anak. Meron akong pinapa-college. Yung sweldo ko hindi sapat. So sinabi ko sa kanya, hindi kasalanan ng kumpanya na meron kang 3 anak. Nung nag-apply ka, nag-agree kayo na ito ang sweldo sa posisyon na ina-applyan mo. However, I agreed na kulang ang income mo sa expenses mo, pero hindi kulang ang sweldo mo kasi ang sweldo pinag-aagrihan ng employer at saka employee. One of the thing I will do on this topic of money is to explain to people how to increase their income and also how to bring down their expense. Kasi pwede naman siyang pagkasyahin. In fact, pwede pang mag-ipon kung tama lang ang gagawin natin. Many people will say walang yumayaman na empleyado. Do you know that there is a person named Ronald Reed in the US who was able to save $8 million before he died, and he was just an ordinary janitor? And then dito sa Bukidnon, in the Del Monte Company, I heard of this person, hourly siya. Ang ibig sabihin ng hourly, pinakamababang position in the company. When he retired, he was able to save 5 million pesos. And it is possible kung naintindihan lang natin paano mag-manage ng sweldo or kita natin. Why did God create the idea of money? For convenience, money is used to compensate for the services we rendered. However, let me expound on this idea para ma-appreciate ng mga nanonood ng lesson na to paano i-manage yung sweldo nila. I need you to understand, friends, na your wage or salary is based on what you can do today. not on your future potential. Minsan may nagsasabi, no, "Boss, tinan mo, taasan mo sweldo ko, lalo ako magsisipag." Ang sweldo bayad sa mga bagay na nagagawa mo today. So therefore, kung ano man tinatanggap mo, kasi yun lang ang nabibigay mo sa kumpanya. If you want more, then you should do more by growing your abilities. What are abilities? Abilities is a combination of skill and character. There are people who are highly skilled, masama o ugali. Kung ikaw employer, gusto mo ang bayaran ng mas malaki yon? Ako, I would rather pay a person who has character, maski mababa ang skill, because skills can be learned. Character is difficult to develop. So kung gusto mo tumaas ang sweldo mo, grow your abilities. And I am hoping that breaking through will truly help you grow in your character. Do you know that abilities is the key to becoming wealthy? Because in the Bible, wealth is not money. In the Bible, the Hebrew word is chayil, and ang ibig niyang sabihin, physical strength and noble character. Now, paano ito naging wealth? Kasi kung meron kang lakas na makatrabaho and meron kang tamang ugali, pwede ka gumawa ng pera. Yung pagtrabaho mo, gagawa ng pera. Yung tama mong ugali, magpapadami ng pera. Friends, money is a tool to provide for our needs and to improve our financial position. However, you must work for it. You must work for money. Remember the idea of the plant na slowly gumagawa siya ng pera sa perang meron na siya and then pinapalaki niya yung sarili niya. Dapat ganun din tayo mag-isip. Kukunin natin yung maliit na sweldo natin, papalakihin natin yon, papadamihin natin yon by growing our abilities so that we can improve our financial position. On the other hand, money is a reward for using our resources and abilities wisely. What do I mean that money is a reward? I'd like to go back to the definition of money from Investopedia. Sabi niyan, money is used as a medium of exchange between individual and entities. It's also a store of value. Look at this. And a unit of account that can measure the value of other goods. Money, when you accumulate it, creates your wealth. As I close on this lesson, I need you to understand that if you want higher salary, you must work harder and grow your character. On the other hand, if you have a business and if you really want to make it profitable, you must improve your services and add more value to the people you serve. In order to do this, you still need to grow on your abilities, skills, and character. In order to truly become wealthy, you must use your physical strength and develop your noble character to create the future that you want. Is money evil? Money becomes evil only if you do not understand that money is the byproduct. It is not the purpose. The reason why money becomes evil is because people start to skip the process, wanting to accumulate money without working. So if you want to have more money without working, what do? You cheat, you steal, you gamble, which are things that can lead you to poverty and then despair. Sana as we continue to study money, we will be able to use it as a tool and as a reward so that we can eventually become fruitful. I hope you enjoyed our lesson today and sana you will be able to use your learning as a start to changing your lives. If you want to use this lesson for small breakout meetings, I suggest you discuss these three questions. What new thing did you learn about money? Number two, how will you adjust to your new learning? And number three, what will you do to take advantage of money and become wealthy?